Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50. And on this episode, we're going to talk about what makes a high value man. Peace, love, and blessings to all. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50. And the high value man, that subject has really been reinvigorated with the success of Kevin Samuels. Now, Kevin Samuels is not the first to talk about the high value man, but he's definitely, he's kind of almost made it like high value man to him is what the Kango was to LL back in the day. He didn't create the term, but it feels like he made it his. Now, when listening to Kevin Samuels talk to different young ladies that call into his show, maybe not all, but a lot of them are, single mothers, and they want a man in a higher tier. And he's basically saying, look, men with money, they got their pick of the litter. They're not going to date a woman, in that stratosphere, with kids or whatever. Okay, so I thought about it in the whole high value man. Obviously, we're not going to play stupid. If you make a certain amount of money, your tax bracket changes and you do have a wider playground in terms of women to choose from. It is what it is. But I also look at it like this. To me, high value is what a man thinks of himself, how he defines himself, and how he dates. And I'll explain. I come from a single parent household, so there's nothing wrong with a woman who's a single mother, because sometimes it's like they say, stuff happens. You thought maybe you was going to be with that person, you're not with them now. We get that. But also, let's keep it a buck. I don't think any man that's in the dating game, he doesn't wake up and say, you know what? I'm in the mood to meet a single mother today. That's just not how it works. Now, sometimes you meet somebody and you say, hey, I'll give them a chance. But that being said, I feel like when you're high value, you do things according to your decision. You don't make a decision based off of the fact that you feel you have to make that decision. If you decide to date a woman with child or multiple children, that should be your choice. But now if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, because there's nothing else out there, then you're not in the high value lane. Regardless, you're not in that lane. If you're allowing a woman to talk to you any old kind of way because you feel like you can't do better, whatever that means, that's not high value. Now, money is a good thing, but the same way money can't buy class, money can't always buy high value, because the value that you have has to be instilled in you. Because this is the thing, your confidence is the core of who you are. Now, you can have fake confidence through material assets, but if that stuff is taken from you, then you are revealed back to who you are. You revert back to who you really are. So that's why I say the whole high value thing is tricky, because it's how you define yourself. I mean, there are men who have money that have dated women with kids. Does that make them low value? I don't know. But I'm just saying that to say those, you can't always judge things based off of that. You know, I think a lot of times those things come down to the individual. And is that something you want to take on? Or is it something you choose you don't want to take on? Because there's a lot of regular everyday dudes that's like, I can't deal with that. So it ain't just about making tons of money. It's about the core of who you are. Some people can't deal with certain things in a relationship. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, date an adult entertainer or a stripper. Do I have to be making 6 digits just to decide I'm not gonna do that? No. I have a choice, freedom of choice to make a decision, but also that those decisions, you know, reflect back to your inner belief of who you are. You know, I've heard stories of girls who got, you know, ran a train on, excuse my French. And then there was a dude who decided to date him. And he's aware of what happened. Regardless of what he has in the bank. Tell me this. Is he high value? No, he isn't. Because for him to know that and still decide to make that his woman, he doesn't think too highly of himself. So what Kevin Samuels, I almost said Kevin Durant. What Kevin Samuels said, it holds some truth to it. Because, you know, when you do have money, the spectrum expands. But at the same token, it's not just about money. High value is who you are. You know, Jocelyn Hernandez, she's attractive. But unfortunately, I wouldn't call her a class act. And she's making money, but no amount of money can buy that. So that goes back to the high value. It's not just about money. It's about the core of who you are. Sometimes you come across people with a classy family. They might be doing okay financially, but it's deeper than just the money. They're just classy people. So when Kevin Samuels talks about high value, I agree with what he's saying, but I also don't agree, because to be high value is to be who you believe you are in the first place. And no amount of money can change that. Because as Jay-Z once said, you can try to remove the top layer, but you are who you are when you got here, or something like that. You can try, but you know, you can try to cover it up, but that's just the top layer. Bro, you was who you are when you got here. You are who you are. And that's it. Nothing can change that. So I want for you to like and subscribe, leave comments, and as always, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.